All right, it is Monday, August 9th. I'm Tom Novak. This is your Bring Me the News and Novak Weather Update brought to you by All Energy Solar. They are harnessing the power of the sun, and it is powerful to bring energy to the world. Thank you, All Energy Solar, for sponsoring this update that features one opportunity in the next 7 days for rain. And that would be late tonight and tomorrow morning across Minnesota and into western Wisconsin. After that, it looks like it's going to be dry and nice, actually, throughout the extended forecast. Here's your water vapor imagery from the satellite. We call it the moisture channel. And you can see a storm system now spinning over Montana slowly but surely. Upper level system trying to push east. Eventually, a low pressure system is going to develop over eastern South Dakota later tonight and tomorrow morning. You can kind of see a dry push of air. We call it dry slot now, trying to move in from southwest to northeast into the Dakotas. And that's going to actually help promote the potential for some thunderstorms across Minnesota and western Wisconsin as we go through the later night hours and into tomorrow morning. You can see already storms developing on the visible satellite loop over northern North Dakota now, trying to push into northwestern Minnesota. This is the area here that I think is going to be ripe for thunderstorm development. They could be strong later on tonight and into tomorrow morning, and I'm going to show you why here in just a little bit. By the way, rainfall over the last 3 days, this is basically over the weekend from Friday through Monday morning. Look at all the rain that continues to fall over Wisconsin. You know, much of Minnesota has been dry this season, this growing season, but Wisconsin has been well above average for at least the most part. Much of Wisconsin well above average for precipitation over the summer. So they don't need rain in Wisconsin. So they need to dry out. And I think the extended forecast is going to help them out. But look at this. Portions of southern Minnesota, several areas, including the Twin Cities Metro, received some healthy rains over the weekend. So that is great news. And I had mentioned about those storms up in North Dakota. There they are. By the way, this is the radar out of Grand Forks and East Grand Forks in the Fargo-Moorhead area, Red River Valley. Those are the storms now up over northeastern North Dakota. We put that into motion. You can see they're harmlessly moving off to the east and northeast. And we're going to be focusing on the areas to the east and south of Fargo for thunderstorm activity. In fact, when I blow it up here, I show you the areas that I'm most concerned with later tonight. Now, again, this is later tonight and into early tomorrow. I think a complex, a mesoconvective system likely to develop over west central Minnesota, and that will track east and southeast towards the Twin Cities Metro, towards the Mississippi River along the I-94 corridor, and hopefully that's going to be bring one more shot of significant rains to the upper Midwest. It's going to be feeding, these storms are going to be feeding off some heat that is in our region. Look at this, 80s and even some low 90s in west central Minnesota this afternoon. And as we go through tonight, temperatures don't drop off much, maybe upper 60s, lower 70s for most everyone. And then highs tomorrow. If we can clear the skies tomorrow, we could make it into the 80s and lower 90s in some areas. I don't think we're going to get there. It does show here right around 90 degrees in the urban heat island of the Twin Cities. I don't think we're going to make it. I think I'm going to bet on the fact that clouds are going to stick around, and that's going to hamper our temperatures. But again, if we can get some sunshine, I think we'll be in the 80s over much of southern Minnesota. Now, I was talking about that mesoconvective system or thunderstorm complex that is likely to develop in west central and central Minnesota overnight tonight. Look at these are the CAPE values up in our atmosphere as you go up into our atmosphere, and look at how strong the CAPE values, that would be energy in our atmosphere. Look at how a tongue of that CAPE energy moves north right into west central Minnesota, near the Twin Cities Metro as we get to the midnight hour tonight. That would tell me that right on the nose of that intense area of energy is where storms like to develop. So I think that's what we're going to be looking for later on tonight. And the winds up at about 20 to 25,000 feet are supporting the idea of strong thunderstorms developing tonight, as we do have winds in excess of 60 knots, not only at 20 to 25,000 feet, but we also have strong winds at about 10 to 15,000 feet coming out of the west, and then even some strong winds developing with a low-level jet from the southwest as we get towards midnight and thereafter tonight. And that, again, leads to the idea of thunderstorms developing over portions of Minnesota and then streaking east and southeast towards northwest Wisconsin and western Wisconsin late tonight. Here are the storms that developed this evening over eastern North Dakota. And I got my eye again over this area of west central Minnesota as we go through time. There's that mesoconvective system now developing on the satellite loop. This is the future satellite from the NAM computer model guidance. This is right around midnight tonight. Storms just west and north of the Twin Cities metro, and then they move through the Twin Cities metro and southeastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin as we go through the late night and early morning hours tomorrow before fading as they move southeast along the Mississippi River. Kind of a storm track that's been quite common here over the last several weeks as storms initiate over portions of Minnesota and then really pound Wisconsin. And I think we're going to have that again. Now, speaking of the extended forecast, there's that one disturbance that moves through late tonight and tomorrow, but this is the jet stream, the river of air, 30 to 35,000 feet. Look at what we have for later this week and this weekend. This is a jet structure that comes right out of Canada. The flow comes right out of Canada, and it stays that way for the next 5 to 7 days, which means we are going to be locked in a Canadian air mass, I think, as we get into later this week, into this weekend, and then that may even stick around into the next week, and that would, of course, mean a dry environment, too. Here's your extended forecast. There are the storms for late tonight and tomorrow morning. Don't be surprised if you get woken up by thunder and lightning. And then we get into just a beautiful air mass here from Wednesday through next Monday with temperatures near or just a tad bit below normal and plenty of sunshine. I think this might be one of the sunniest periods here that we've had in quite a while. And that says a lot for this summer where it's been sunny and hot most of the summer. All right, that's your forecast. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We will talk to you tomorrow.